everybody, I'm Eric the Counselor.
And I'm Dez Perry.
This is a lifestyle show
About improving your mental health.
You ready?
Let's experience mental health.
What's going on, people? Welcome to Experience Mental Health. I'm the guest. They let me take the wheel for a second, but hey, it's Dez and Eric. We here today to talk about fatherhood, man. You know, I got a little skin in the game, 9 months. My son, not too old, but I got a little tips, and you know, Dez want to get some tips so he can get ready to become a father. So we're here to talk about it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Give it up for him. Hold up, I ain't even get my can. Let me get my hand claps going.
What the sound effects say? It's too late.
It is too
Next
late.
Next moment. It's okay.
But that was pretty good.
Welcome to another episode of Experience Mental Health, the podcast. I am yours truly, Eric the Counselor.
And I am Dez Perry, the co-host. And y'all already met Tim over here.
Right.
Man, brought the whole show in.
Yes, sir. As you guys can see, we are still social distancing, still keeping it safe. We encourage all of you guys to do the same. We hope you are keeping your family safe and doing social distancing, washing hands, wearing a mask, doing everything you need to do to help us get past this pandemic, because it's taking people out. And, you know, we want to keep living. And so do what you got to do your part to help make sure that everybody else can get healthy as well. Today we got my man Tim Ford here. You might recognize him because him and his baby went viral.
Yeah.
Right. You know, had his baby tasting
in the popsicle.
And if you got kids,
popsicle, man.
No.
Mom then gave him some popsicle. Hey, bro. Hold on, good.
When you give your child something for the first time, you know whether they like it because they had that type of response.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it was good to see you, man. It was good to see that thing went viral like that. I didn't know who you were. But it's just to see a man, you know, with his baby, man. And just having a moment that you have so many of those moments as a parent, but you just so happen to record that moment and share it with the world. And it was inspiring. So good to have you on here with us today.
Yeah, actually, tell us a little bit about that day. So, what was he never, the baby never had popsicle before?
No, I wouldn't say that. I'm not going to lie. His mom gave him some, I want to say the day before. She called me and gave him a little sample of it. He had some. I was like, okay, well, that's the green light for me to give him.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't go, I couldn't go first.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted to wait. Right. So I got the green light. So the next day I just came downstairs and just gave it a shot. I wasn't expecting it to do that. I knew it was going to be funny, but
popsicle.
Yeah, man. He risked his whole life trying to get the popsicle. But yeah, I didn't expect it to go that viral, but it was a pretty amazing moment.
That's cool, man.
I must say, yeah.
So, Tim, introduce, our listeners to yourself. Tell us who you are. Just give us some background about who Tim Ford is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. I moved here to Nashville, I would say, 2015. I've been here, be 5 years in July. Yeah. I left Memphis, man. Just had to get out of the same circle. It wasn't too much going on, and I saw that it wasn't much going, and I took a leap of faith, and man, I was on my mother's couch when I was in Memphis. I was like, man, you know what? It don't get no lower than this.
Yeah.
Right.
Just my grandmother had just moved up here to Nashville, so I was like, let me see if I can go live with her and just make something happen. So I transferred jobs at Olive Garden, and I came up here and served for a couple months. I met my wife. Then
at Olive Garden, y'all was both working there.
We both were servers, man. Yeah. So
awesome.
We learned the customer service around quick.
Yeah.
And then we ended up getting together, and then we broke up. Then we just, after that, she tackled school, and I tackled work a little bit hard. And I guess work was FedEx at the time. So I'm in the FedEx truck.
Which FedEx was you at?
FedEx Ground, bro.
Oh boy, that's where I was. That's where I was over at Ice Creek. I couldn't do 4 years of my life over there on that midnight shift on 4 years.
Nah, I couldn't do it,
bro. I was a driver, bro.
Ooh,
driver.
That seemed way better than working in the throwing them boxes around.
I mean, it's better than throwing the boxes around, but bro, it's a struggle within itself, bro. Yeah. It's a struggle.
Them type of jobs,
but it's motivating.
It seriously is, and I mean, my first job was Kroger's, and I was a teenager. You know, that was cool. But you know, when I got to FedEx, that was like my first hard working job.
Yeah,
you know, and I'm in college at this time, and you know, I'm a mass comm major. You know what I'm saying? I want to do video stuff. I want to do stuff in my field. It's like this is it. And I'm around people that were there years.
Bro.
So I worked with a guy 16 years.
Loving it.
Oh God, I do not
loving it
to be.
If you wait till year 5, you're gonna have your benefits up to here, brother.
Is that what they tell you?
So just hold on.
Yeah, that's coming. Talk to you, and I'm like, no, that does not sound like the life I want.
That ain't it.
That job definitely helped me jumpstart my own career, my own entrepreneurship. So I was just like, hey, this ain't it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about fatherhood today. Is that what we rapping about?
But before we get to that, another thing that you mentioned in your bio, you talked about you and your wife's own business, and I see the shirt that you got on.
Oh yeah, man.
So tell us a little bit about the services that you guys provide.
So we have an all natural wellness company. My wife is a student midwife, and she's a licensed herbal practitioner, and we make all natural wellness products. So we have like natural hair butters, body butters, hair oils. We have like elderberry syrup, sanitizer, black soap.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of natural wellness products, man. So, the list is actually getting pretty wow. But that's amazing. My wife also, she's a doula and a student midwife, so she offered like what a doula is basically. How can I put it?
That's somebody that like delivers the baby at the house.
Yeah, they help. Yeah, they help with delivering baby at the house, the natural way.
Yeah,
as natural as possible, as they want
to. Was your son born that way, or was he born at home naturally?
That was the initial plan, but they have some time regulations with the midwife and everything. So like, if you go over a certain amount of time before the birth is induced and everything, they make you go to the hospital. By law, so
gotcha.
You have to. That was the plan, though.
How long? Yeah, that's what business.
It'll be 2 years in a few weeks, man. Yeah, it'll be 2 years.
Because
we're at the farmers market.
Oh, is that where you guys are?
Yeah, with the Nashville Farmers Market.
Is it still open right now during this whole pandemic situation?
We have drive-through right now, only on Saturdays.
Really?
Yeah, so they accommodated some of the essential businesses like farmers and people that have like products and juices and like soaps and things like that, like natural.
That's where you guys normally are at the farm.
Yeah, that's where we normally are. Yeah,
that's cool, man. Yeah. Can people buy your products online at all?
Yeah, we're still online right now. We're on Instagram and Facebook, and we have a website and everything too.
Yeah, throw that out there. Like, how can people buy the products?
We pop that in.
Oh yeah, the Instagram is Ford's Herbal at just Fords_Herbal. And the website is FordsHerbalDoulaServices.com. And the Facebook is Fords Herbal and Doula Services.
Man, y'all go check out the products, buy those products.
Yeah, for sure. We got to support these black businesses.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
We know y'all support us. We want to share some of that love. We want to spread it out. So go ahead and support Fords Herbal and Doula Services here in Nashville, Tennessee. Well, let's talk about parenting. Like, man, being a dad is like incredible. Like,
man.
So I got 2 kids. My daughter is 4, and my son is going to be 2 in 7 days. A week from today, he'll actually be 2.
Okay.
And, which is 2 days after my birthday. My son is 2 days after my birthday.
Junior.
Dude, parenting is such. I don't even know how to begin to describe it. How would you describe it? I mean,
do your best. Let me know.
How would you describe this thing? Like,
it's like a crazy blessing, bro. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. You can't describe it. you hear it's so cliche, man, but you really can't. Like, I can't even find the words, bro.
You're a dad. I'm a dad. I'm trying to find the words, and
I'm just sitting here trying to
like,
somebody they find the words, so I know what it's like.
There's no word. It's like amazing. There's no one word that can
bro. It's
identify the whole thing.
Okay, all right. So let's take it all the way back from the beginning then. So, man. Tim, you're new in the game. You said what? 9 months.
9 months.
9 months.
I don't miss them days at all, Tim. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
What were some of your fit like when when the son is officially your son? You laughing? Your son
is real.
Officially born.
Man.
When your son was officially born, what's your son's name?
Tim the third. T3.
The third. T3.
Tim's a junior and his son's the third.
That's dope. That's dope. So when T3 was born, what were some of your feelings at the time? Like, what were some of the things? What was your thought process during that time? Like, how did you mentally prepare yourself to becoming a father for your first child?
Man, I can't make the same mistakes. That was like at the forefront of my mind. Honestly, I can't make the same mistakes I've seen.
Yeah, that
was like the biggest drive behind everything. I gotta be present to make sure that I, raise him up the right way and give my input on the mistakes that I made, so he can know not to do the same thing.
Right.
Was your dad in your life, Tim?
Yeah, he was in my life. Yeah, he was there. Yeah, he wasn't in the house, but he was there.
I got you.
Yeah, he was present.
So if you don't mind sharing, what were some of those mistakes that you have seen growing up that brought that to your mind?
Yeah, I would say, man, anger for one, and just, man, anger. What's another one?
And when you say anger, you talking about like how people just lashing out? How they handled stressful situations, or
how to handle stressful situations, and I knew like how to handle being with my wife, and how to how not to act towards my wife, and how I knew the effects of harmful tendencies. Like, I've seen what harm causes. I've seen the effect of it, so I know like don't do those certain things. Yeah.
We just had a show on adverse childhood experiences. You ever heard of that?
No.
Adverse childhood experiences. Basically, it's a study that says that if you've had these particular traumatic experiences, it increases your likelihood that you will have mental health related issues. One of them was an absent parent, either through death or just absent,
abandonment.
And so that trauma kind of carries over into the next person's life, like your child's life. That's why I asked you if your father was there, because it sounded like you don't want to repeat the same mistakes that you may have experienced from your dad. That's what it sounded like. And so I don't know, it's just talking about adverse childhood experiences and how that actually does come into play today in our mental health. I don't know, man. I just felt like throwing that in there. But that's what it sounded like you were going to, like some of the things you may have experienced from your dad. You don't want to repeat those things and keep that going with T3. Is that kind of like what you're thinking?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man.
That was it, yeah.
I could tell you, that kind of reminds me of my struggle, Tim. When I had my son, being a man that was raised, I'm damn near 40, I don't have no relationship with my father. And so when I thought about being a dad to a son, that caused me to, I was kind of scared, man. Like, how am I supposed to teach this dude how to be a man when I don't have, my father's not in my life, my grandfathers are not in my life. I don't have no kind of male. I have uncles, or I have one uncle who was kind of like an influence in my life, but I didn't have that. And so I'm like, dang, man, how am I supposed to raise this dude to be a man? That was one of the things that I was afraid of.
That's how it was for me. It was like my dad was there, but it wasn't like, how can I put it? because I don't want to paint him out to be a bad guy, but he like.
I can see you thinking about what you say.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
I've seen a lot of bad though. I got to keep it real. Like, Pops was tripping for a minute, so I kind of learned from his mistakes too.
Yeah.
Like by me being young, he was young, so I was like experiencing some of his, I guess you could say, young mistakes.
Right.
I'm right beside him, so it's like, damn, I'm doing it too at the same time.
Yeah.
So they kind of helped me. I felt like I experienced a lot of that stuff too.
Yeah.
In the weird way. Yeah, I was right there. And I felt all the emotion from everybody involved.
Yeah.
So I'm like learning and soaking everything up at a very young age. And I feel like I was fortunate enough to be able to, like, I guess, take heed to the advice that I got from other people and learn how to use what I saw and not let it hurt me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Parents, we don't know, man. Like, you gotta do the best for your kids. You do. No parent wakes up and says, I want my child's life to be messed up.
Yeah, right.
We don't think that. But we don't always do everything right. You know, there's times where I might yell at my son or my daughter, and I feel bad about it. And I'll ask my mom, like, Mom, did you ever feel bad when you, like, whooped me or any of that? She's like, no, like, I never felt bad about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, we weak as parents. Like, have we gotten just weak as parents, or a new day, or what's going on?
I don't even think we get weak. I just think we understand what it does psychologically. Like, we understand. Like, we see, like, it don't take all that.
Right. I got whoopings as a child. Like,
I
feel like I'm okay.
Me too.
I don't feel like I'm like distraught about that.
Yeah,
but
no, go ahead. Go ahead, Tim.
I want to say, but you didn't have your dad either, Eric, like you said.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to get beat.
Did I?
Yeah, because I guess when you don't have like a strong male figure, like you didn't have to, but your mother feel like that's how she got to get her point across. She's like, man, he not listening, so I got to make him feel it.
Of course.
I
was about to say, all right, so I had my dad in my life, and I got beat regularly. And it was my mom that was doing it. My dad was not the enforcer at all.
Yeah.
Then, like, if anything, he'll come through. If he got mad, he'll hit you with the belt maybe 1-2 times.
Pop out of there.
On in there. You know.
But did his voice do something?
Oh, for sure. So I see your point on that as well. But, you know, thinking about my own childhood and because I mean, getting whoopings is traumatic. It's traumatic for a kid because, like, I'm gonna take you through a scenario. So you got in trouble at school. They done called your mama. You know what I'm saying? They put you on the phone with your mama too.
Right.
You know, this all she say. This all she say. I'ma tear your behind up when you get home. That's it.
She said behind. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I'ma tear your behind.
Okay, that's cool.
So I'm like, you know, so now that's on my mind the entire day. This is like second period. I'm cutting up early. So the entire day, my mind is on, oh, snap, like, I'm finna get a whooping when I get home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, you know, I'm real cool. Everybody looking like, Dez, you good, bro? I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm straight. I'm straight.
Yeah, I'm straight.
You know what I'm saying? And then you get home, and then it's like, you know, it's time to get picked up, or it's time to get on that bus to go home. It's like your heart start pounding because it's like, man, you're getting closer. You walking up to the house. You in the house, and it's just like, oh, when is this going to happen?
Right.
You know, she's taking care of everything else, you know, before she even gets to you. And now your anxiety is rising. And like I said, you're a kid. You're like 11, 12 years old. Exactly.
Bro, rattled.
You don't know when this is going to happen. And then she calls you, Desmond, ma'am. You know what I'm saying?
You thought I forget. You thought I forget.
Here it is. It's coming.
Oh, don't take a bath.
You know, and I feel like that's worse. That right there was worse than the actual whooping itself. Because I mean, yes, the whooping hurt. Yes, it did. But that anxiety that built up, you know, and the stress that you would get from just thinking about when this whooping gonna happen. I think she's gonna kill me this time. This is gonna be bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was
could be terrible. Yeah.
you know. And so now, you know, with me saying that, you know, I think about, you know, the fact that I don't have kids, and, you know, one day, you know, me and my wife may have children, but it's like, am I going to do the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Am I going to, you know, whoop them the same way I was whooped? Because like I said, there was a lot of times when I felt like those whoopings were needed. Definitely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was acting up. But you know what I'm saying? To be honest, I feel like every whooping I didn't need. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't understand why they was whooping me for grades. Why are you whooping me and I got a D on my report card? That means I need help. Help.
Yeah.
Why are you whooping me?
See? Yeah.
That whooping motivation to do
that
better.
was the motivation for me. Because I'm not smart in social studies. Is the way it was to me.
You make a good point. Like, as before we have kids, we always think about how we would be as parents.
Yeah.
Tim, do you think you are the way you thought you would be as a parent?
No. Well, I think
especially, let me throw it to you like this. It seems like you and your wife are like natural, herbal. And then I'll just ask you a very direct situation, the vaccinations. Because before I had kids, I was like, oh, man, I don't know about these vaccines and all this and that. But as soon as they asked me about it, I was like, yes, like immediately.
Yeah.
But before I became a parent, I was like, I don't know, man. They this and that. They don't want to do all this vaccine, putting this stuff in my body and my kids and all this. But as soon as they offered it up, I was like, yeah, go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
So are you the way you thought you'd be?
Yeah, I am. It was sort of a test, like right before it came. So I kind of sort of had to stand on it. Like I was like, they asked, because we had to find a pediatrician before, like we had to continue to go. Like we had to get him when he was born. What was it, like the first checkup? It was at the hospital, but the second one had to be at a pediatrician, like right down the street. They was like, if he doesn't get vaccinated, he can't come here anymore.
Yeah,
so it was like, nah, well, we good. We ain't got to come here anymore. Yeah. So now we kind of. I'm the same. Yeah. It's sort of,
and not only just in that area though, but just overall. Like we think we'd be this type of parent, and you're a relatively new parent.
Yeah.
You feel like you're the same. The same
that I expected. Yeah, I feel like I made a few mistakes. I'm not perfect, but I learned. Like I know I made a mistake. Like, I can't do that. Yeah. I pick up on
me asking. I mean, we like to ask the questions that I want to know.
Yeah, frustration. Like you get frustrated sometimes.
Oh my God.
Cause then my wife had to check me on it. I'm grateful for her because I didn't want it to. I wasn't trying to come off as frustrated, but I guess I was because like I say bro a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, bro. Like
on that baby, like, like, please,
come on, man. Come on, bro.
Come on, man.
But come on, man.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, so it's like, I was just a little frustrated. So she helped me with that. Like, he's just a baby. She like throw a little hand in there. He don't know no better. Rub his head. Just let me know, like, man.
What's frustrating? Like, what is it that frustrates you as a dad? Pay attention to this.
I'm listening.
When it's
notebook.
This is it.
Get your notebook.
What gets you? Because I know instantly what gets me.
When it's nap time. For me.
Man, the fight.
But it's no such thing no more.
Yeah. What, nap time?
Nap. I can't.
Like
when I want a nap, it's like, nah, it's dead. And when he want a nap, he could fight. He could cry, fight, sleep, and cry when I'm trying to put him to sleep. So he's sitting there like, put me to sleep, whining. And I put him in my arms. He's like, no, put me down. I ain't trying to go to sleep.
Damn, it might get worse, man, before it gets better.
Guys,
break that to you, but
it's a part of it.
Right.
But one thing that helps though,
what's that?
Always like, I guess you could say like 4 months. Like God made me realize, like we laid down and made him. Like, I can't be mad at him.
Exactly.
He don't know nothing. Like he trying to learn from me, and I can't. And the goal is not to pass down the same toxic attitude. So snap out of it.
Yeah, man.
Like snap out of it.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
what is
like it stretches you. Being a parent stretches you to the end.
Yeah, it does. And then you get to understand, like I see why people slip in certain areas now. But I don't like when some people have attitudes, I see when they have attitudes, what they like, why they have an attitude. Like, man, they probably got so much going on in their head, and they handling it the wrong way.
Yeah.
I can't say nothing to them, but they gonna cuss me out because they already have attitude. That's their child, but man, they doing it wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What would you say is like the most important lesson that you learned since being a father so far?
That's my wife talked about that last night.
That question was meant to be.
Right. You have to be extremely intentional, like not to make the same mistakes. You have to be intentional. Because we intentionally, not intentionally, but we unintentionally do what we've seen. Like, we're gonna repeat the same cycle. Unintentionally. But you have to intentionally jump in front of them and be like, nah, this is where the cycle stops. Like, this is why I don't do that no more.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Tim. How much has your life changed since you became a father?
Bro, my life has changed a lot. I gotta speak up a lot more now. I feel like, and I gotta know a lot more, because I have to make sure that he's raised, make sure he's ready for what's going on out here. And it's crazy because I always knew when I have a baby, it'll be something like this going on. Like,
like
bro, you anticipated a pandemic?
What you tell us? You should have told everybody.
Bro, I kid you not. I'm like, bro, I was always scared. Like, man, I don't need something to happen like this, and I have a child.
And you have a child.
This man 9 months old, and it's a whole pandemic.
This is terrible. This is like the worst time.
It's the worst, but the best, because we get to see like where your faith at.
Yeah,
like, you get to see who you gonna believe, what you gonna do, who you gonna believe right now.
Yeah, man.
You hold on and have faith.
Yes, sir. I mean, you better have something going on, right?
Hey,
how long have you been married?
It'll be 3 years in August.
Yeah. Okay, then. Yeah. So y'all got married the same year we got. It'll be 3 years in November. For
congratulations, man.
Hey, same to you, brother. So with that, you know what I'm saying, like, what was y'all's relationship before, the baby, and has, having the son kind of change you all's marriage at all? Like, how did your son play a part in you all's?
Take notes to your question.
That's what I'm asking. Come on. That's what I'm asking
for, my friend. You asking for yourself.
This
ain't for the people. This ain't for the audience. It's for me at this point.
Bro, it makes it make more sense. It makes the marriage and all the struggle make more sense, bro. Like, in a weird way. Like, it makes like all them arguments and hard times make a little bit more sense. Cause it's like we getting closer to being one.
Yeah. And
it's like some things change, yeah, for sure. But that's a part of it, bro. Like, we signed up for that. And it's like, it's gonna get tough. Trust me, it's gonna get tough. And then
definitely,
it's crazy. Things start getting revealed in your mind before your child comes. It's like, dang, you start realizing like why you do certain things. Like, certain tendencies start beginning to be revealed. I don't know if that's for you. Was that the same way for you, Eric? I know it's like that for me.
Man, I would say actually.
Yeah.
Certain tendencies that I've had before kids, it made sense when I became a parent why I was the way that I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Simple things like orderliness, cleanliness. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then it also highlighted my weaknesses. Like, I'm not a very patient person.
Yeah.
And I knew that before having kids. But now that I have 2 kids, like, I've become a little bit more patient, but I am still realize that I have an issue with patience. I don't have a high tolerance for crying and just basic stuff that kids do.
Right.
And you can't escape it. And so it has forced me to have to work on myself.
Yeah. So are you planning on having more?
Nah, I'm done.
Nah,
this is it.
I'm through, man.
He got the boy and the girl, so he got it.
I might look like I'm like, I know you 26, Tim? Is that what you?
Yeah, I'm 26. Yeah,
y'all, you and Dez in the same age. I'm about to be 39,
Oh yeah. Dang, nah, you don't look. Yeah, you don't look like you about 39.
I might be 39 like next Thursday.
Yeah. Happy early birthday.
I can't start it over. I just can't start over with the whole pregnancy part of it.
Yeah.
Then the newborn, like you probably just now sleeping good, if you are even sleeping good at all. Because my son didn't. It took him like literally like over a year to sleep through the night.
Yeah, he sleep through the night for the most part. For me, I unfortunately, like for me, he sleep through the night, but he eat off his mom, so I can't like.
You can't do nothing about it. You can't do nothing. Well, does she pump at all, or she's just still doing breast?
She tried it, but it just wasn't. She don't like it. It's not a comfortable feeling for her.
I feel.
So she just feel better just feeding him that way. So I feed him like he started eating mushed up food now, so I help with that.
Did he? How long was it before he started sleeping through the night?
Man, bro, his time is running together.
Right.
This is what I look forward to. You see, look at this brother's mind. He's just like, oh man.
Bro, there's so much going on, man.
It was a while.
How long?
About 3 months.
Probably, 3 or 4 months, man.
Yeah. Every 2 hours, baby waking up, or were y'all on that type of cycle?
No, it was probably every 3 or 4.
Man,
I just had to be intentional, like, and get up and help my wife, get some water, have some snacks by the bed. That's how I would help. Make sure the pillow's propped up a certain way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Them first few months, man, it's like hell.
Game changer. Week.
It's like your whole life changes instantly when you have a child.
Yeah.
Like all the way up until the moment where they actually come out and you hold them. Whatever you did before that moment is over. It's changed.
Change.
A whole new life.
Things totally different.
You can't do the things you used to do. Your time is like way more limited. You know what I'm saying? Everything you do, like Tim was saying, you have to be very intentional about everything that you do.
Yeah.
Every single thing.
Yeah.
Because if you, for some reason, something happens and it affects your ability to provide for your family, you know what I'm saying? You got to think about every single thing that you do.
Yeah.
Be intentional about everything. Like Dez, you know how it is with me. Sometimes I like, look, bro, when I go to the crib, ain't no talking on the phone.
Yeah.
I'm with these.
I'm about to walk in the house.
Like, I'll call you later.
Walk in.
Daddy! Which is great. It's nothing. There's no greater than that.
Right.
I can't just sit and talk on the phone. Even sometimes when we're doing shows, I'm like, look, I can only do so many because I got to go. Like, everything is around my family, man. And that's one of the things that changes. And it's like one of the hardest things for me to witness when men become fathers and they don't change. It's like, bro, you can't do what you once did, man. Right. You know, you're the example. You're the king in that boy's eyes.
Yeah.
Son or daughter, like they look at you. It's like everything.
Yeah,
everything.
If you're still out here wilding out and acting like you were before you had kids, I don't really like to judge anybody.
Yeah,
and at
but
the same time, it's like, come on, man.
You be judging. Right. You be judging me.
No, I don't. Especially parents, man, because parenting is the hardest thing I've ever done.
Ooh, see,
by far.
Statements like that is like,
It's hard, but it's like one of those milestones that you have to cross.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. My kids are still young. It hasn't gotten any easier. Like the parents. People who have kids that are older than mine, they just tell me, look, it doesn't get easier. It's just a gradual process. And then eventually you're an empty nester. They're gone. And then you miss those days. Yeah. But it's like every day, man, it's like, it's a challenge, man. It's every day. And it is the hardest thing that I have ever done. Being married was the hardest, but we were married 4 years, I think, before we had kids. And that was the hardest by far until we had kids. But it's not. I don't want to make it seem like. I don't want to make it seem like doom and gloom. I'm just being real. For me, I'm an involved dad. I change diapers. I cook food. I do all that. I'm there, like everything.
Definitely.
That's a conscious, intentional effort.
Yeah.
But if I decided not to be that way, I guess it could be a little easier.
Yeah. That's what I meant when I was saying, like, I understand why people leave because it's hard, but it's like I couldn't do it. Like my wife and I, we talk about that, right? I respect single parents so much now. I witnessed it with my mother, but like to
understand what she was going through at the time.
Yeah, man. Me and my wife, it's tough with two people.
It's two of y'all, right?
Yeah, it's two of us.
Yeah.
My mom had 5 of us by herself. I'm like, how in the world did you do this? Like, how? I'm tripping off of 1, 2 kids. Right. But my mom quick to tell anybody. She said, I don't have no sympathy for people who, you know what I'm saying, are complaining about their kids. Because I had 5.
5 and you made it happen.
Fed them, we ate, we had roofs over, we had everything we needed.
Yeah.
And she was holding it down, and she was young. My mama was like y'all age with 5 kids.
Oh, dang.
My mom was in her 20s with all 5 of us.
Oh, she ain't waste no time.
I remember my mom was 27. I remember my mama being 27. Like,
you remember that?
Like, my mom was 27. I'm in like middle school though.
You at the birthday party?
Folks joking on my mama like, your mama young, and her name was
Keisha. Oh God.
I dealt with that a long time, man.
A long time. You just threw that one up. Now I've been dealing with it so much. Here goes one.
It just came up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, man, this parenting thing is awesome. What do you think, like, Tim, like, what if you could define fatherhood? Well, how would you define it?
Defining fatherhood is, I would say, if it's done properly, man, taking the bad and making good out of it.
Taking the bad, so what you saying, the baby come out bad, or what you mean?
No.
He said taking the bad and making it good. Like
taking the bad, like that you learn and all the bad experience that you've been through, and like learning from it and putting it in someone to do it right.
Yeah.
Like, cause they're like, our kids supposed to stand on our shoulders. Like, we're supposed to set them up to do a little bit better than us, just a step above. I think that's the ultimate goal that we want. So, just all the wrong that you did, make sure that they don't make them same mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Dez? Well, how would you define fatherhood?
Oh man, well, I mean, I have no children, the least experienced person.
But see, it's still good to think about it, because one day you'll have kids if that's what you and your wife want.
And it changes when you have them.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah. So
your definition changes.
I'm finna give you the answer before kids, and like the only thing I can think about is my father. And like I said, I was fortunate and blessed enough to have an active father in my life. You know what I'm saying? Parents that are still married today. You know what I'm saying? Which is like that's not common. In most households for people that are close to my age. But I think the definition of fatherhood for me is really a provider, a provider, and that provider is not, sometimes you think of just somebody that is financially, stable or providing for paying bills or paying for food and stuff like that. But, it can be so much as, having the knowledge to teach you something, providing you with a skill set or something, or, providing you with so much more, and being somebody that you can rely on to provide for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what comes to my mind as far as like fatherhood.
That's a goal.
Yeah.
Because you do have to do all that.
How would I describe fatherhood?
Yeah, that was the next question.
Right. I hope you got your answer together.
Both of you guys have fathers, and you guys like, this is what fatherhood is. I don't know, man. It's like, to me, fatherhood is just, I don't know, guys. I mean, I would say it's responsibility.
Let's say you do know. You telling us now.
I'm just thinking through it.
I'm thinking through my answer. We got time. We got
responsibility. Right. We chilling.
I don't know, man. I think fatherhood.
I'm quarantined.
We're quarantining.
Yeah.
I'm chilling.
Fatherhood.
Unless my wife be like, "Come get this boy."
Right. I don't know, man. Fatherhood, I guess it's just, to me, it's just responsibility. I would define it as a role where you are just this ultimate responsibility.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Always.
But it's crazy that I'm stuck right here. It's crazy that I'm really stuck, like, on how to define fatherhood.
Yeah.
I mean, dang. I mean,
I think it's kind of probably because it's like you don't have a proper reference point.
Yeah, that's definitely a part of it.
That's kind of how I struggle, because it's like I could talk to my dad. Like he got his life going on. He's an entrepreneur. He's figured out, like, after his mistake, he showed me, like, you can fall and get up. I appreciate that vision. But he not deep, and I'm deep. Like I'm like, when something come up and I need to get it handled, I'm gonna talk about it. Yeah. And he like, nah, we ain't gonna talk about it. I ain't trying to talk. He
don't want to talk to you about it.
Hey, nah, I brought it up at some point, but he just, it ain't time yet. I mean, his own time, he'll come around to it. You know what I'm saying? I tried to bring it up, and my delivery probably wasn't on too, because I was a bit emotional. Yeah. So the timing gonna be right for it to come out again. But you know what I mean? I'm deep, so I don't mind getting to the bottom of the core situation. But my dad doesn't, so it's like I always like trying. I noticed this a couple like years ago. I always try and like talk to other men that's like mentors, like a dad. It's like I always try and find that. Oh, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about this? Like we all need that reference point,
right?
And it kind of like that's why we struggle with finding like the exact term for it. Like you said, provider. I saw my dad every day. You had it. We over here like, what is a dad? What is fatherhood?
I ain't never seen my dad provide nothing. Yeah, I have no point of reference for that.
See, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I have nothing.
Yeah,
nothing. I've never seen my father provide anything for me in my life.
You don't know him? You haven't seen him at all?
I met my father when I was 20 years old for the first time, and I've seen him a handful of times since then.
Yeah. Have y'all worked on that? Have y'all?
I was going to say, what was the experience from?
I mean, I've tried in the past. It's been a long time since I've tried. I just gave up, man, because I was in counseling about it, and I still deal with this today. Like, being a fatherless man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's issues. Those issues don't go away.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just said, Tim, like if you want to run something by your father, you can at least. He may not be ready to talk about it, but I don't even have that at all as an option.
Yeah.
To talk to a man about what I'm experiencing as a father, as a husband. I just don't have it.
Nobody, yeah.
I mean, I have a friend. I have a friend who's like my parents' age. He's really like my best friend. And he gives advice and we talk. But it's different, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not my father.
Do you feel like it's important to make that connection with your father at some point in your life? Like, how important do you think that is to?
You asking me?
Yes.
To improve the connection or to have it?
Just to have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so, man. It's like we all want to know who we come from and want to be connected to people who created us. It's just like a natural yearning.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I still talk. Like I said, I still deal with this. I would like to have a better relationship with my father. I'm still open to it. But it just hadn't happened, man. It just hasn't. And so, you know, that's why I struggle. Like I said, that was one of my struggles. Like I'm about to have a son, and I don't know anything.
I don't know what to do. Yeah. You just know what not to do. Yeah.
I was raised by women. I was the only boy of 5 kids. I'm 5 kids. I was the only son.
Yeah.
Luckily, I wasn't the youngest.
Oh, you weren't the
second oldest.
Second oldest. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, it's just crazy. Like I'm just even having this conversation is like I really don't have too much experience with fatherhood.
Yeah. Man, one thing that helps fill the void a little bit, as much as he can, is God, bro. Honestly, because
that's all I had. Period.
Yeah, that's all we got is God, because He'll fill the void for us, man. That's why we're connecting now, and our conversation is gonna fill that void for somebody else, and hopefully one day, our dads run across this and be like, "Dang, man, we need to talk to him."
I would love to talk to my dad.
Yeah, right. Get to the bottom of everything, bro, tell me everything.
We had a conversation. Some of those conversations we had, he told me that, which ended up being like a fallacy anyway. He said he didn't know how to be a dad because he didn't have a dad.
Yeah.
To my aunts, they was like, well, he had his dad in his life. Like, what is he talking about? I mean,
wow. Yeah.
I don't know.
Layers. It's layers, bro.
It's definitely layers. I try to do the best I can.
Yeah.
I've mentored hundreds of boys. hundreds, literally. And a lot of them saw me as a father figure. Their moms would, saw me. They would give me gifts on Father's Day. And I always felt some kind of way about it because I'm like, I'm not the kid's father. I'm a mentor, but I know how important this role is for this boy and his family.
Yeah.
And just not having that, man, it's just,
I
don't know. And you were able to.
One thing that kind of comes to mind, when you say that, because you think about like what does it mean to be a father? Like I think about those adoption commercials. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like being a parent that's just there. You know, and it's as simple as just being there for your child. Even if you're not the father. That's why I feel like those kids that you mentored looked at you as a father figure. You know what I'm saying? Because you're somebody that's there and listening to their issues, their problems, which is something that maybe that a lot of kids aren't even getting when they go home.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's facts. I think like at least 50% of the kids in the United States are being raised in a single parent home. Just think about that. Half the kids in this nation are, and then once you look at African Americans, that number is like 70%. And I wanted to ask you this, Tim, like when I'm out with my kids, people look at me and they're proud. I've had people, I'm walking to my kids, we just walking. I've had brothers, black men, pull up and like, man, I love what you're doing with your kids. Like they celebrating the fact that they see me with my kids. And we got this stigma that black men are not involved in their kids' lives. That's not. I think we changing the page on that, bro. What you think about that, Tim?
I was talking to my wife about that. It's kind of I was telling her like, man, they act like we a unicorn when we out together. Right? It's like I'm talking about people letting us skip in line, like, bro.
Oh, yeah,
go ahead, young brother. I respect what you're doing. Do your thing. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm like, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. But I think it's we are changing the narrative, bro, and we have to handle that with pride, bro, and do it the right way. Make sure that we, set the right example. Like I love what we're doing now, talking about like how we slick hurting right now. Like when we talk like that, what you doing? We basically like crying out for our dads right now. In our own little way. You know what I mean? And most men we ain't, that's not cool, supposedly. That's why I think that goes back to the discipline. Like, man, we got to get back to the root of the root cause of the entire problem is, bro, we started out as slaves over here.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Each generation is a step above slavery, and we just learning like the slaves got beat to get stuff put into their mind, to their psyche. So our parents are like, they were like, maybe I got to beat him to get him to understand. Information has showed us as we've like grown older and more, what do you call it? Evolved as people. We see that it doesn't really take all that. Like we ain't gotta do that. We learning as we go. Like we technically still on the shoulders of our parents, but we just doing it in our own way. And the yearning to understand and like not do the same mistake is helping us to do it properly. You know what I mean? Because we know the effects of doing it wrong. We know, like, man, we were slaves. Like at the end of the day, like 400 something years ago, we were slaves, and we still recovering from that, bro. That ain't too far ago. I can talk to my grandma. My grandma can tell me stories about her grandparents being slaves. We still close to that. So we got to get to the root of that and then work our way out.
We're not too far removed, like you said. Like it wasn't even. It's only 100 years ago, or over 100 years now that slavery ended. What, 1865 or something like that?
I just heard I saw an article, I forget where, in like the 50s or the 60s, bro. There was some people in Mississippi that didn't even, like, it was still sharecropping going on, bro. They didn't even have no idea.
This is recent.
Recently, bro.
Oh, wow.
No. It stopped in the 50s and 60s. Like, that's when the sharecropping stopped. But slavery was abolished.
1865.
100 some years before that. So it's like we're dealing with so many layers of stuff, bro. And we're the generation that's really tackling it. And like I think we scared the older generation too. They're like, man, why he bringing up all this old stuff? Like, cause I rock my family up unintentionally, but I just had to know, like, I'm not trying to do this stuff again. Like, y'all, we need to talk about this. Like, let's get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
My family didn't like it at first, but I think they respect it now because they understand, like, why I'm doing it. But I think we got to continue to change the narrative and continue to be intentional and, like, ask the hard question.
Yeah.
We got to ask the hard question in our families, bro, because we can't.
It's the trauma, man. It's trauma.
Yeah. It's trauma.
Trauma. They don't want to talk about it because it was traumatic for them.
Right. So you do your best to avoid it.
Yep. And we learn what avoiding it do. I'm like, nah, I'm not avoiding this because it's coming to my marriage. It's coming to me being a father. Like
everything, bro. Everything that happened to us coming up, it comes into play in our adult lives. The way we relate with our spouses or whoever we with, the way we are with ourselves, the things that we believe, like everything was given to us. Like your child, your son is not choosing anything right now.
Yeah.
We give our kids everything you believe, your religion, or everything is given to you.
Yep.
And then you become of age where you can decide to rebel against it or, embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, I don't know. We could talk about this all day long, man. It's just so multi-layered.
I was going to say one question that was kind of on my mind from this whole conversation around fatherhood now.
We can go all day.
I can say I still don't have kids, but y'all are still have young children. So, what are some of the things that y'all look forward to, in years to come?
Yeah.
To, experience with your children? Like, what's some things that you look
what you think, Tim? We'll let you tackle that.
I honestly look forward to telling him, like, the importance of not being a whoremonger. Like, I'm ready to, like, break that down to him.
That's like teenage years right there, ain't?
Yeah, but I'm like, because I know that, like, that's them the years where you get to, like, where them soul ties come, and that's where stuff get crazy. So I want to be able to just have him ready and be like, nah, that ain't how we gonna move. Like, that's not how the fool is gonna operate no more. Like, that's done.
I respect that because I'm the same way.
Yeah,
like you don't have to be that way.
Yeah, nah, that ain't how we gonna get down.
What about you, Eric?
Man, I look forward to I think long term, I look forward to my daughter being a grown woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, seeing the woman that she becomes.
Yeah.
Possibly giving her away to marriage one day.
Mm-hmm.
My son, just seeing him become a man, having his kids. I look forward to seeing my children being parents, honestly.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I look forward to, like, this is like little things. Like I'm looking forward to a daddy-daughter dance with my daughter. I have never done that yet. I'm looking forward to it. So there's lots of little things I'm looking forward to. When I think about just open it up a little bit and think long term, I hope to live long enough to see my kids become parents and help them out with their kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, that's dope. That's actually what I was thinking about. My father, I feel like, and he never verbally said this, but I feel like one of his proudest days was the day I got married. You know? And like just to see my dad's a goofy, silly, fun guy, but he doesn't express himself a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly can't remember the last time he said, I love you to me. But it's like, it's one of them things that I know. It's like, I know. You know what I'm saying? Like I can walk into the room with him. And
let me ask this question, Dez. When was the last time you told him?
When is the last time? I know it was recent. It was recent, sometime this year.
Did he say it back to you?
Yeah.
Because I used to deal with the same thing with my mom. Like, my mom never told me she loved me. Mm-hmm. And I knew, like, I don't really say it to her. And I was thinking, like, well, she's supposed to say it to me. She's the mom. But I said, bump all that. I'm going to tell my mom that I love her. And once I started doing that, she started telling me she loves me more.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that thing. If you want a hug, give a hug.
Give a hug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it was like,
but I mean,
imagine. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I really don't even have like an issue with him not saying it because I know that the love is and to be honest, it was the experience that he had with his father. Like I was around him and my grandfather all the time. Like the same way I act with him, the same way he acts. I can walk in the room and it's just like, what's up? Hey.
Yeah.
What up?
Yeah.
I'm saying I was, and then even when we're leaving, it ain't bye. I love you. It's all right. All right, I'll holler at you.
All right.
You know, that's it. You know, but again, like I said, I never really fully had like an issue or anything like that. But you know, I guess I was bringing that up because I was talking about, you know, him being excited and seeing that look of him being proud the day that I had my wedding. So
yeah.
What would you finna say, Tim?
What was I finna say?
We was talking about.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, he was talking about his mom.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying, I love you. I struggled with that too with my mom. Well, she didn't say I love you, but I think she struggled with showing affection. It was like me and my brothers would try to kiss her. She'd be like, "Move!" Like, I ain't doing all that hugging and kissing. Like, nah. And I'm sure it was, I don't know if it was teenage years, but it was like, nah.
Usually it's the other way around with that. The mom was trying to do the kissing and y'all like,
right.
Yeah.
But I had to, like, growing up, I realized like, man, her dad wasn't there. So she struggled with affection.
Yeah.
And then like my dad wasn't there for her. So she definitely was struggling with more affection.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the layers of like trauma that they dealt with.
Yeah.
We get the brunt of that.
Yeah.
Do you have any sisters?
No, well, my dad has 2 daughters now. They're my younger sisters. I have like 3 brothers and 2 younger sisters.
Oh, okay. Because the question I was going to ask was about, you know, was there a difference between how she treated the boys versus the girls? But
oh no, my mom had 3 boys. My dad had interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
Y'all got a pen? Because I would have to write it down for me to really. I got 3 brothers.
I'm like, yeah, I got a pen. I'm like, yeah, I got a pen.
3 brothers. 3
I got
boys.
3 brothers. Yeah, 3 brothers. 2. I got 3 brothers. 2 of them are with my mother. She has 3 boys.
All together, she has 3 boys.
3 boys, including me, and two of my brothers are with my mother, and I have another brother with another woman, and I have 2 younger sisters with my dad's wife right now. He put it, and I have 2 younger sisters with my dad's wife. So I have my brother's 22. 2 brothers are 22. One of them is,
and they have 21. A different father than you do.
No, one of them, we share the same mother and dad.
Got you. Just
one brother. Yeah, one of my brothers. Yeah. And no, he's 24. I'm sorry. They're 24.
I'm lost.
You good? Right. He said I'm lost.
You got 3 brothers. Is that it?
3 brothers.
2 sisters, 3 brothers.
3 brothers, 2 sisters. And I got 2 step-sisters as well, man. Can't forget about them.
So it's 8 of y'all. You got 7 total siblings.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I'm the oldest.
You the oldest?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
So
that sounded horrible. That was not what was supposed to play.
Right.
Can't even hear it. And then we can't hear it. Just let it go.
We'll have to edit that part out when I was trying to explain it.
Sound effects.
Right. We can't edit that.
It didn't come out how
Look, when the explaining part went, just take that out.
No, we ain't
take that out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Man, look, Tim, we're running out of time, man. I know we were talking about fatherhood. I'm just thinking about this conversation. We talking about fatherhood. We started talking about how our moms raised us. We started talking about the sharing our own experiences with fatherhood. Man, this is like a rich conversation.
Yeah.
And it is, I think you hit the nail on the head, Tim, when you said us doing this is going to fill the gaps for other people who might even be struggling with some of the things that we have shared or just experiencing fatherhood altogether.
Yeah.
Man, like, what is, like, I don't know, man.
Man, if we need to come back again, we can. If we need to stay to 5, we can.
We definitely can come back, and we'll probably have you back. But, like, what is, like, in your 9 months of fatherhood, I don't know, man, what would you tell another young man that's about to enter into fatherhood?
Make sure you married to the mother of your child. I mean, to the mother of your child for sure.
Big thing right there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. Like,
one more time.
Though, but see, that's a big thing, man. Like, because a lot of the young guys are having babies.
Yeah.
They're not trying to be with these women.
No, they're not. And make sure you in it for the long haul. Yeah. Make sure you ain't gonna leave that woman with that baby, bro. Cause that ain't how we moving, bro. That ain't worth it. That's weak, bro. Don't leave that woman with that baby.
We gotta be men. We gotta stand up, raise the people that create. Yeah. But sometimes I've heard though, like I'm going to the point you said about being married. If you can be married, I maybe that's the best thing. Obviously, that's the best thing for you. I don't know if I would say you have to be married, but you got to be committed to that baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to be committed to that woman to some degree. It might not be your wife because like you said, like we're saying, man, people get pregnant early. Yeah. Like you might be 16 and your first time having sex and you get a girl pregnant. Like you ain't being a husband, but you got to at least be committed to that baby. And being there for that woman as much as possible. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's not going to get married that has kids together. It's just not going to happen that way. Yeah,
we would love that, but really.
And then again, like, is that even always the best thing? Because I've heard it both ways. Like, yeah, we got married when we got pregnant, but that wasn't the best thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard people say.
And the kids struggle with that as well. It's like worse that y'all tried to stay together and forcibly married because you had a baby. That's worse for the kids sometimes.
Yeah, true.
So it's just like you got to be committed to
that. Yeah, that's true.
And you're right, man. We got to stand up, man, as men, like black men, like have pride in our families.
Yeah, yep.
Our name that means something to me.
Yeah. You know
what I'm saying? To give that to my wife, to give that to my kids, like that's their identity in the world. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And that's gotta be to me, doing it for the last name. You hear fathers say, I do all this for my last name.
Yeah.
To me, that means I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for me, a collective thing.
Yeah. Yep. The legacy. We're changing the way the whole bloodline operates.
Absolutely.
That's the goal.
So Dez, hopefully you got some good notes today.
You got a whole page full. You know?
It all looks good, but look, all the notes look good, but as soon as you become a father, throw all that away.
Man.
Just figure it out from there.
Trial and error, brother.
All day.
Hey, Tim, man, we really appreciate you and your time today.
Y'all, man.
It's good to meet you. You know what I'm saying? It's good to meet somebody who has gone viral. You know? It's kinda cool, you know what I'm saying? You're a regular guy, just like all of us, man. It's good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all for having me.
No, appreciate you coming on here, man, sharing your story.
Any final words for the guests before you go, Tim?
Any final words? Man, keep God first. He got us.
There you go.
He got us. Stay focused on your mission and focus on your gift. We all got a gift within us and just harness it, man, and ride it.
Yeah, man.
As soon as you find it, ride it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Dez, tell them how they can find us.
Well, you can find us on Instagram at EMH Now, our Twitter, EMH Now, Facebook, Experience with the Health, the podcast. Make sure y'all check us out. Keep up with us. Share this episode if you really enjoyed it. Comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Experience Mental Health, all that good stuff. And you can become part of our one of our text subscribers by texting EMH to 31996. So, you know what I'm saying? You do that, you get the episodes sent directly to your phone every single time it come out, every single time it drop. You know what I'm saying? And you'll get more episodes like this one right here. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You see, I've been practicing that. I was so
repetition.
Good. Yeah,
repetition.
I've been here, like take 31996. You know what I'm saying? I got it down.
All right, folks, that's going to do it. Make it a great day. Yo, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please like, comment, and share this with all of your friends. And also be sure to subscribe and then go check out some of our past episodes. Make it a great day.